everybody, and welcome. Tonight, or rather today, I'm going to be doing a more general reading where I'm going to be taking a look at your overall energy, your current energy, challenge, future, something that you're unaware of, and then we're going to get you some advice, take a look at the outcome, as well as what's working for you at this time and what's working against you at this time. Now, I'm going to be using a new oracle deck, so I'm going to be reading from the book for a good majority of this reading, and that is also because in this particular deck there is a poem that comes with each card, but it's not on the card. It is in the book. So, this particular video is for the sign of Scorpio. Alright, so already from two cards that flipped over in the deck while I was shuffling but didn't fall out, I get the vibe that some of you are looking for some guidance when it comes to taking action on something or somebody. Yep, and here the action card comes out again. Alright, so at the bottom of the deck, we have take the opportunity. And underneath that is use your power. So, along with this take action card, engage trust, receive your blessings, unleash your passion, all of that, I feel like there's definitely, this is going to be a reading that's about, pursuing something that is going to require you to really step in a very, authentic version of yourself, for you to step into a version of yourself that, has courage to take action on things that you want. Alright, so the poem for this card reads, "Every moment the earth's amorous body says, 'Make love to me,' and the sky says that too." The description of this card reads, "Gosh, what are we waiting for? Opportunity comes knocking. Your job is to open the door and discover the adventure that awaits beyond it. The sun and sky seek your yes, and the world will change because of the risks you take. You are a creator, and you came here to explore the possibilities. Even if it doesn't turn out exactly as planned, this is a game-changing moment. Seize it." Yeah, I feel like there is definitely something that you've been working towards. And, once you work through particular energies, particular situations, you will then be in a position to receive and accept a particular offer. Now, in the position of your overall energy, we have rest deeply. The poem for this card reads, "Who does not rest best after making love? So all day long I entwine so sweetly with all forms. The description of this card reads, the maxim goes, to everything there is a season, but in our fast-paced culture we often forget about the fertile season of resting. Winter shows us that all life forms must rest. The fields must lie fallow in order to generate rebirth. Now is the time to let go of the plans and pressures of performance and gift yourself a season of stillness. Let your thoughts loosen, your mind wander. Let your soul bones curl into a soft wonder. Then lay your head in the lap of awe and drift away into rest's gentle embrace. And to further clarify this, bada bing, bada boom, we have the Emperor. Yeah, I feel like with the Emperor, right? You're in your power, right? You're you're either in your power or in a position of power. And with that, right, you're starting to realize, the value of rest. And it especially resonates where it says, for the Oracle card, now is the time to let go of the plans and pressures of performance and gift yourself a season of stillness. As somebody in a position of power, right, you have a lot of plans. There is a lot of pressure, especially when it comes to performance. And that's usually what causes people to kind of like, not kind of, that's what generally causes people to like overwork themselves. But I feel like, as you're in this position of power, right, you're starting to realize the value in rest, the value in stillness. Now for your current energy, you have Unleash Your Passion. The poem for this card reads, the wolf's beautiful howl so unleashed my passions. My lover smiled for days. The description of this card reads, seek your muse, court her. When she visits, create with wild abandon. Let nothing hold back your whimsy, your folly, your bliss. Allowing your passion to grow, be nurtured, and expressed is one of the greatest gifts you can give to yourself in the world. Don't let modesty or fear repress your inspiration. You have galaxies inside of you. Express them. And to further clarify this, we have the Three of Wands. And this really kind of like goes back to that card at the bottom of the deck, take the opportunity, like here with the Three of Wands, you know that there's something that is going to be coming towards you. There's an opportunity that you're going to be very passionate about that's coming towards you, and you're just waiting, essentially, but not, not waiting in the sense of just like doing nothing, right? Waiting as in being still, taking the time to rest and recharge. In the position of your challenge, we have receive your blessings. The poem to this card reads, the desert knows the blessing of rain, like we kindness. The description of the card reads, one of the hardest things to do is receive, but you're called to do just that. The same hands that open freely to give must also remain open for the receiving from others, from life, and from the universe. Heal the discomfort that comes from receiving without strings. Be vulnerable and allow the goodness to flow towards you without suspecting costs. You're worth every good and beautiful thing this world can serve up to you. And to further clarify that, bada bing bada boom, again. Big energy here, man. we have the Ten of Cups. Yeah, I feel like, here with the Emperor energy, right? That can also be a very stubborn energy, right? That could be someone that feels like they have to do everything themselves. That's, on the more unhealed side, that's someone who does have difficulty receiving being in that heavy masculine energy, right? Feeling like, you're the only one who can do this. You have to do this yourself because you want it done right, or whatever the reason is. And I feel like, that's something that's really been holding you back here from your Ten of Cups. Right? I feel like once you, work on healing your feminine energy, you'll be open to receive. And that will bring in this Ten of Cups. That will, bring in this opportunity here. Being able to both freely give and receive without expectation is something that's, gonna really attract abundance of any kind, whatever your idea of abundance is. Now, in the position of your future, we have engaged trust. The poem for this card reads, "Love loves what it loves because of trust." The description of this card reads, "We cannot know what the future holds, nor are we ever guaranteed safety or security. So we must trust what is unseen and allow our wellness to rest in what the universe has in store for us. At any given moment, everything is working out for you. It's not happening to you, but for you. This is the trust that allows the wings of the psyche to unfurl." And to further clarify that, we have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you're going to be working through the anxiety, right, of just letting go of control and trusting that what's happening is happening when it's supposed to, how it's supposed to, and that it's happening for you, not to you, right? Because that can also be something else that will hold back one's abundance, one's manifestations. Trusting in the universe is something that will really get you far. Once you let go of that control, things can happen organically. There will be no wasting energy forcing things. Now, in the position of something that you're unaware of, we have practice tenderness. The poem for this card reads, "Tenderness is what I am when my heart governs, and I realize how much so many in this world have suffered." The description of this card reads, "It is in your best interest to be very tender with yourself and with all of life. Vulnerability doesn't keep us safe, but it does keep us open, and an open heart is one of the strongest, most powerful tools in the world. Cultivate a practice of self-compassion and tenderness towards all of life in order to become more like the friend who created you." Now, to further clarify that, we have the Six of Cups. Alright, give me one moment. My battery is dying. Alright, so, as I was saying, let's see. Alright, so yeah, that is further clarified by the Six of Cups, which, it can speak to an energy of reminiscing about somebody in the past. Or, even connecting to the inner child. And I feel like, really connecting to the inner child, right, is something that will really help you to, cultivate this vulnerability, this practice of self-compassion and tenderness, both towards yourself and others. Because, the inner child, like all children, or well, at least most children, the inner child is very free, very open, very generous even, but also very honest. Now, in the position of your advice, we have take action. The poem for this card reads, "The mind is like a bow, and our thoughts can be golden arrows. Who's not always hunting satisfaction? Who's not beseeching a kiss from the mouth of heaven? Knowing her lips and having a key to her house, let me be your guide." The description of this card reads, "The time for reflection is past. Show up, stand up, step up, make that next move. Action has genius fire in it, and it can revitalize and kindle your life, relationships, and projects. Don't hold back. Instead, hold yourself in the alignment of what you know is your highest truth, and take action toward embodying that truth through your deeds." And to further clarify this, we have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, you see, I feel like you have this vision, right, of what you would like to pursue when it comes to your passions, right? But you've been lacking in the aspect of taking action, right? I feel like, you may have even gotten stuck in an area, or in a place rather, of analysis paralysis. And I mean, that happens to me all of the time. My favorite part of anything is doing the research or learning about it, right? And it's very easy to get stuck in the learning phase. And that, holds you back because you may not feel like you have enough knowledge to start, putting into action, to start practicing. But, practicing is also a part of learning. You can't just have this knowledge and then not use it. I mean, you can, but that's foolish. Why would you do that? Why go through all the effort to gain this knowledge just to have the knowledge and not actually put it into action? So yeah, I mean, honestly, you're being asked to take action on your passion. Take action on the things that you've been envisioning for yourself. Excuse me. Now, in the position of the outcome here, we have listen. The poem for this card reads, "How do I listen to others? As if everyone were my beloved master speaking to me, his cherished last words." The description of this card reads, "Every day and in every way, we are involved in the great conversation. You talk to the universe by expressing your wishes, hopes, and desires. You receive the universe's answer by listening to snatches of conversation in an elevator, to song lyrics on the radio, to the words, signs, and symbols that come your way in any situation. You also listen through intentional silence, welcoming the presence that knows and shares all. Let yourself become a student of keen listening. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Use that sacred ratio to gain more clarity and intimacy with the universe. And to further clarify that, we have the Four of Cups. Yeah, in a sense, in a way, I feel like, you've kind of been avoiding this, right? You've really been sort of stubborn, possibly even bordering on childish when it comes to, taking the time creating intentional space to welcome that sort of knowledge, to welcome the universe, rather, into your space, into your life. And I feel like, that's something here that you're going to be realizing will actually be really helpful if you take that time. Like, this could be something as simple as, like, meditating. And, like, meditating isn't just sitting there and, sitting there crisscross applesauce and, in complete silence. You know, meditation could be something as simple as, you could be doing chores listening to music. Excuse me. And you could get a sign, a message, excuse me, through the lyrics of a song. You're releasing stagnant energy by moving to that song, singing to that song. Everything is energy. Meditation has so many different forms because there's so many different people and they do so many different things. Now, for what's working for you at this time, we have trust your wisdom. The poem for that card reads, what is the litmus test for wisdom? Having fun and loving. Wild loving? The description of this card reads, it is time to take action on what you already know, the directives you've already received. Trust your experience and the wisdom that is gathered in your body. Let go of doubt and move confidently in the direction your wisdom has shown you. As the shackles of fear fall away, you will experience the playfulness and delight that trusting allows. To further clarify that, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you're really just moving towards your, like, the life that you would like by trusting your intuition, trusting, that you've learned the lessons, you've taken in the information from these lessons, these situations that you've been in, and you're using that to move forward. And lastly, in the position of what's working against you at this time, we have take stock of your achievements. The poem for this card reads, the stars are our trophies and the planets too. Now you just need to realize the astounding achievement of just being who you are, who you ever are, rather. The description of this card reads, now is the time to do a fair and complete inventory of your achievements. Do not pause at your failures, disappointments, and incompletions. Instead, walk around for a day in your successes. You've survived 100% of your traumas and all that life has thrown at you. You're a walking, talking, breathing miracle. You have a radiant heart, a sharp mind, and a willing spirit. Your creativity has been expressed in 1,000 decisions that got you where you are today. It wasn't easy to arrive here at this point in life, but you did it. Be proud. Embody the beauty and grace that got you here. It's yours. And to further clarify that, we have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you have a tendency to dwell on the things that have gone wrong, disappointments, things you haven't finished, and that keeps you from realizing everything that you have accomplished, everything that has gone right. Everything you've made it through. You're, because with the Ace of Wands, right, like you're someone who's just very passionate, but at the same time, that fire needs to be maintained, and you don't maintain it by focusing on the negative. You maintain it by focusing on the positive, by focusing on the things that have gone right, and taking that information and applying it to later situations, or even a present situation. But that to me speaks of the lessons from these things that you've been through and how they can benefit you in the future. Alright, Scorpio. Ooh. This is the message that I have for you today, and I do hope it serves you well. Be gentle with yourselves. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.